Hey, this is Brian Griffin, and you're watching High Tops to Hi-Hats with Jason Tabosa.
Surprise, surprise, we are back with another season of High Tops to Hi-Hats. Special guest today. My main man has built an impressive resume from Nashville to New York to Los Angeles. Brandi Carlile, Richard Marx, Lana Del Rey, and just finished up the US leg of the Shake Your Moneymaker tour with the Black Crowes. My main man right here, Brian Griffin. Give it up. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you.
So we're gonna get to talking, and we got some surprises as well, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I grew up in Darien, Connecticut, and played in school bands and marching band in high school, and then most importantly jazz band. There were some great band teachers all through the public school system there, and then my parents, you know, they worked pretty hard to get me a drum set and get me private lessons. Maybe started in 5th grade, and then I was just always hooked. That's the one thing I'd probably put most effort into. Yeah, my brother's 2 years older, and he played a lot of music for me, and he played saxophone and guitar. And then my dad used to play guitar a lot when we were kids, and he was always listening to Beach Boys and Allman Brothers records and Beatles and things like that. So, you know, that was on around the house when I was really little. And those were some fun times, some fun memories. I don't know if I think I kind of did both through high school because there was time to do both. But then I think once I was in, high school, there was jazz band, and then we would have these jazz competitions, and it was just the thing we were most excited about. My brother and I would have bands on the side, and we'd be playing on weekends and stuff. So any free hours in high school, we were playing our instruments. We weren't necessarily kicking a soccer ball around, Jeez, I got a lot more scared. There's so many serious musicians in New York City. I don't know. I think starting with music school, you start to really see so many different branches of what music can offer and places you can go, and you can see what lane you could possibly take as an artist. And so I went to Manhattan School of Music after college, and there's so many fiercely great bebop musicians, and I was always interested in listening to bebop, and I love the grooves of it and the technique of it, but I didn't know if that was necessarily the music I wanted to spend my whole life on. So I found myself just picking and choosing and seeing what I was good at and what gave me the most joy, really. I just really enjoyed getting behind a great singer, whatever it was, or even if somebody was trying to learn how to sing better, it's like, how can we arrange a band to be the most supportive, the most strong, but really support a singer really great? And so I kind of just focused on that as best I could. I played in whatever bands would have me and tried to see a bunch of different singer-songwriters and bands around New York as often as I could. And then obviously saw a bunch of really great musicians in New York, and see how great they were at accompanying great bands and great singers. Tim LaFave, really great bass player who did some work with the Black Crowes in 2019, and we've worked on a handful of things together. He gave them my number when they were looking for some new people, and then some new drummers to check out, and then they had a round of auditions in LA in last April 2021. So they had a whole bunch of guys come in. They'd let me know 5 songs that I should have prepared, and fortunately I had several weeks to prepare that and sort of think about who I wanted to be in the room, how I wanted to sound, you know, check out live versions over the last 20 years of whatever songs they were, you know, they wanted me to learn, and just see how those songs were changing and how they felt live as opposed to how they felt on the studio recording. And then, man, it was just so fun. I didn't know anybody in the room. Sven was back in the band by then, the Sven Pippian, great bass player, and so I'd never met him before, but he was in the room. And there's a background singer, keyboards, both guitar players.
Everybody.
Rich, Chris, yeah. There was a dog running around. There's other friends and managers and stuff. And man, it was just the most raging barn burner of a band I think I'd ever played.
That was the audition, was that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody was there. It was blistering loud, and I was just like swinging for the fences and just trying to see if I could make something happen with both Chris and Rich Robinson. And,
were you in shape to play that hard, right out the gate?
I had been working on it, but it definitely was louder than I anticipated. No, yeah, we got through it. I definitely felt like I was going to have a heart attack, but you know, some part of me just at least knew the songs to just get through them. You know, I remember just being a little like, my hands shaking a little, and strobe lights going off.
That's when your hi-hat and bass drum play a couple extra notes.
Yeah.
No, mine did.
You've been there. You know you know the feeling. Yeah, it was pretty wild. You know, similarly, I was telling a friend during the audition I was pretty nervous too, and there was some big guitar solo moment or something, and I'm just crashing on a ride cymbal, just, you know, swinging for the fences, and I just happened to look over and I saw my hi-hat was just fluttering like crazy.
Yeah.
And I some part of me was just like, oh well, here we are. Like, what else are you gonna do? Oh, you know, on this tour, it was really great. Everything is so organized. Their tour managers and crew have everything so incredibly dialed. I've never seen a level as nice as this. So, wake up, hotel room, whatever. Sometimes I would hit the gym for just maybe 20 minutes or something, just to like get some blood flowing and get hopefully some of the willies out for the rest of the day. Some breakfast, whatever, and then depending on how long a drive it was from the hotel to the venue, we would leave sometime in the afternoon to get to the venue by like 3:45 p.m. And then we would all go right to the stage, and then sound check would be 4 p.m. till about 5 p.m.
Initiating sound check.
You know, all the drums, stage, lighting, the props, the whole thing would be incredibly set up perfect every single time. Monitors perfectly dialed. I never had to make any changes to anything. Nate Walezalek, really great drum tech who works with a bunch of great drummers. He's done a lot of stuff with Kenny Aronoff when he's with John Fogerty and people like that. And man, my drums just always felt and sounded great, and everything set up perfectly. So that was just a gift. I've never really had that level of attention before. I'm too new to the camp to be considered anything with a title, but amateur cyclist maybe. But I certainly enjoy it, and it really sort of picked up during the pandemic. Some musician friends of mine really encouraged me to take cycling to another level, and you know, there wasn't so much going on, you know, during the lockdown and all that, and a bunch of us just started riding in Griffith Park here in Los Angeles a lot, and I really got obsessed with it again. I once or twice I got obsessed with riding this old 10-speed in Brooklyn maybe 10 years ago, and I would just ride every day, and then I hadn't really thought much about it since. And then
how many miles we talking these days?
It sort of depends, but you know, I started working with this coach, and he would have me work towards elevation gain days, and then, you know, flat straight days. So I got up to 100 miles on a flat.
Excuse
ride.
me?
Yeah.
What? Okay, now
so
you can be labeled as a cyclist after that.
Yeah, I guess so. And then he had me do 10,000 feet of elevation gain, which I just never thought that was anything I could do, but he sort of showed me how to do it, and I don't know, it's kind of a fun, inspiring sport for me. Oh yeah, that was really great. I was able to bring my bike on the bus, and I only took it out on off days, just because I just didn't want to be extra tired on show days or anything. But you know, in most towns you can look on Google Maps or something and just see if there's any bike trails around. And just not knowing most of the cities we were in very well, I just preferred to be on some separate bike path lane. And there's a bunch of cities where you could just go and do 40, 50 miles, just flat, no cars, maybe see another cyclist or two or a jogger, and you know, just ride for 2 or 3 hours and then call it a day.
You could have pulled a Neil Peart and rode to the next gig.
I know. Yeah, people have mentioned that. That was pretty inspiring when I saw that in that documentary.
All right, man, here we are. This is a segment I like to call Bag O Vinyl. So, you're gonna reach deep inside, no looking.
No looking.
Pull whatever one you want. First thing that comes to your mind, the artist, the album, the drummer, whatever.
Yeah.
Your first reaction, give me 30 seconds. Go.
No whammies.
No whammies.
Oh, boom. Sorry, I don't know what that
you
is. That's
good.
an insert. Classic. What can you say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Speaks
What is
for
there to-
itself.
Speaks for
man.
itself.
Everybody knows that. If you don't,
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sgt. Pepper's right there.
That's
Ringo
great.
Starr.
Oh, jeez.
Hold that up. Look
Yeah.
at that. This is why you have vinyl albums, LPs, that to
That.
open it up
Yeah.
and see that.
Yeah, MP3s don't do that.
No, they don't.
Or there aren't even MP3s anymore. Spotify doesn't do that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Bag O Vinyl
Bag O Vinyl.
with my man, Brian Griffin. Thanks, man, so much
Thank you.
for coming out and doing this. Had fun. And that's it, man. Thank you for watching. High Tops to Hi-Hats.
High tops to hi-hats.